shipping changes.
All right, what's up guys? Good evening, welcome to the channel. Tuesday, November 10th, 2020. Now this video is going to belong to all of you. You saw the title, what the heck am I talking about? Well, recently, because it is the Christmas season, a lot of threads in the Facebook groups and Instagram especially have popped up around people that buy out hot toys and hot items. They clear off the shelf and then they resell them online, obviously for 2, 3, 5, 10 times the price. So we see this every year. This dates back as old as time to Tickle Me Elmo and Beanie Babies, all the way to fast forward to the recent years, you know, when Nintendo Wii originally came out. And then now this year we have PlayStation 5's and Xbox One S's or X's or whatever they are. Sorry to all you Microsoft people, I've never owned an Xbox in my life except ones that I resell. So they're buying them. I bought my own personal PS5 a couple weeks ago when it pre-ordered. The system was, I don't know, like 500 plus tax, so like 550, and the system is going for like $900 to $1,000 reasonably. There's some ridiculous ones, I'll screenshot them, listed at like 5,000. They're not actually selling for that or being completed, but they are selling for 2 and 3 times price. Now I bought a bundle where I got like the Call of Duty game, an extra controller, and the charging dock, and the extra memory or whatever, and I paid like $750, something like an extra 200 or 250 bucks for all of that. That bundle is reselling that I paid I think like $748 with tax is what I paid, and that's reselling for like $1,500 to $2,000. So I could have made a pretty big profit. Now I don't typically do that, and here's the reason why. I don't disagree with the doing it. I think it's capitalism. If the store doesn't sell it to you, they're going to sell it to somebody else, and your kid doesn't need a PlayStation 5. If we are talking about toilet paper or food or necessities or generators during hurricane season here in Florida or whatever it is, yes, I disagree with that, and there's reasons. There are laws, and the reason why when COVID hit that we had items that were deemed necessities put on the price gouging list, but a lot of other items got added to that list that probably shouldn't have been on there. Your kid or you do not need a PlayStation 5 or a pack of Pokemon cards, a box of Pokemon cards that are actually going really high right now as well. A thread popped up in my Facebook group. So with that, you don't need to buy them tomorrow and you won't know the difference. But if you don't get your toilet paper, or your milk, or your water, or your generator, or whatever, you know, gas or fuel, then yes, you will know a difference. And so that I don't agree with. And this is a constant thread and a constant back and forth where people are like, I think it makes resellers scumbags who do this. And I don't. When it is a want item and your kid can't get it for Christmas because it's a $200 item and now it's $500 or $600 because there are none left, that's just the way it goes. If your kid really truly wants that bad enough, then you need to go stand in line just like somebody else did, or you need to pony up the extra money that they're getting, or just wait till they come out with more of them and they'll restock the stores like they always do, and you can buy one then, and your kid will just have to wait till after Christmas. And that's kind of my thoughts on that. It's not a needed item, and this is where the mindset and the mentality of this country and a lot of this world, but a lot of this country fail. They get angry because they go out and spend their money on dinners out and alcohol, and they live beyond their means. And you may have plenty of money to buy a PlayStation and simply can't get it and don't want to give somebody that profit, and that's fine, that's your prerogative, but then you just wait. It's called living within your means and living with patience. You can't always get everything you want when you want it. Look, if I hadn't gotten that PlayStation on pre-order, I would have just waited. It wasn't about money for me, and I'm not gonna pony up the $1,500, not because I can't, absolutely I can. I'm just not gonna do it. If I wouldn't have got it for $500 retail price, I would have waited. It's patience. I don't need it, right? I want it and it's cool, but I don't need it, and the money was no factor. You know, here's the thing. For me, the 2 reasons that I don't do the flipping of these major hot items, there's actually 3 reasons. 1 I don't care about, but 3 reasons. 1 is it's a lot of work. You gotta stand in line, you gotta be online pre-ordering, blah, blah, blah. That's a ton of work, right? And I know people are gonna be like, oh, Casey, you just did a video about being lazy. And it's not that it's too much work. I'm not out there building a house doing manual labor, of course not. But it's just like a real pain in the butt work for no guarantee. Pre-orders get canceled. You can sit online at 12 o'clock midnight and click the buttons and you don't get them. It's kind of something that's not really reliable, right? So that's number one. Number two jumps right into my reliability tag off here, where if I can't sell it all year round, I really don't like to sell it. I don't like to rely on cash windfalls for my business. So like somebody might be making a decent amount of money. Let's say somebody makes like $5,000 or $6,000 a month all year long for their business, $60,000 a year. They're living off of that. It's a good income. And then come Christmas time, they buy up all these PlayStations and they make like $20,000 all at once. Well, that's fantastic. It's a cash windfall and it helps your business, but that's not sustainable through the rest of the year. So I always kind of fight with this back and forth. Is it good to do it if you can't rely on it because it gives you a false sense of making money? Or is it good just to have that money and put it in there? It's almost like winning a lottery ticket, you know, during Christmas for 20 grand. So I can't really argue that it's bad, but I just hate doing stuff that I can't rely on the entire year. So that second reason is kind of the one where I'm like, back and forth on. And the third reason that I don't like doing it, and this sounds bad, and this seems to be a growing trend through this year, 2020, is people shame the crap out of you. You get messages, you get my Facebook posts where people are like, oh my God, there's an entire blog. Remember when the very first NES Classic Minis came out like 3 or 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I don't know what it is. I told everyone if they were gonna purchase them, they were selling them retail for like, somebody help me, what was it, like 50 bucks? They were like $49.99. Everyone was selling them for like $120 to $150 and making good money. And I went to the store and I bought 4 of them. I bought one for Dave personally, one for myself personally, and the other 2 we sold at $50, $60 profits in order to pay for the 2 that we kept. So we spent $200. We kept 2 of them, and then we sold the other 2 for like $220, $240, and after fees and all, we were almost break even, so we got to keep ours for free. We didn't go out and buy them all up in order to make a bunch of profit. We just did it to cover one for ourselves, which if I could have gotten a second PlayStation 5, maybe I could have. I didn't really try actually, but I could have gotten one to sell for $1,000 or $1,200 and paid for mine, and that would have made sense. That is what I do, you know, to offset and get my stuff for free. I'm not gonna go buy the entire shelves. Not that that's really an option anymore, but it used to work that way, where you could walk into a store and, you know, buy a whole shelf and walk out, you know, especially with those classics, it worked that way. Walmart was opening up boxes that had like 16 in it, and people would pick up all 16 and walk out until they started giving 2 per person limits, which is what we had. And that's why Dave got 2 and I got 2. But anyways, my point of this video is it doesn't make somebody a bad person who does this. They're trying to put food on their table too. Because people are like, oh, you're taking away from a mom that can barely put food on her table and can't buy her kid a PlayStation now. Okay, well, mom should focus more on putting food on the table and not buying a $500 PlayStation. Just a thought. And it's not to shame anyone. It's just, again, living within your means and making good financial decisions. So my question to you guys, I say it doesn't make you a bad person. Even if you do buy the whole shelf, that's capitalism, and if Best Buy or GameStop or Toys R Us, listen to me, talking about a store not even in business anymore, right? If these stores don't sell it to you, the reseller, they're going to sell it to someone. And that's just the way it goes, right? So you can't stop that. And all you people shaming people over there, there's literally an entire blog post about the classics that was about me when I made that video, saying how bad of a scumbag I was because I was encouraging people to go out and buy classics and resell them. Like, grow up. And of course, don't take this the wrong way to all of my viewers who are older than me in age. I'm 35 if you didn't know. You know, for all of you that are in your 40s or 50s and older, it tends to be that crowd that gives me a lot of shame. The guy that wrote a blog about me is like in his 50s or 60s. And a lot of the younger people seem to embrace this retail arbitrage. That's a very stereotyping comment, but in my experience, that's what I found a lot. Man, we just started getting like hurricane winds outside. Literally, you guys, if you didn't know, we're getting a hurricane here in Florida, or a tropical storm that literally popped up in November. I don't know if you guys can hear it. You probably can't hear it. But anyways, it just started monsooning outside. I'm like a squirrel, like a dog to a squirrel that gets distracted. Anyways, what do you guys think about the retail arbitrage and buying out stores and whatnot? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? Do you think it makes somebody a bad person? Do you think it's bad for the economy? Look, if you do and that's your opinion, great. Don't attack other people for it. It's your opinion and you're welcome to it. And you can run your business however you choose, and that's cool. I'm not gonna say things like other people might to you, like, I'm just letting you know as a piece of informational video, that if they don't sell it to you as the reseller, they're going to sell it, and the stores don't care about your profits or your morals or your business. They only care about selling 1 million units of something and moving them out. That's all they care about. That's all Sony cares about. That's all Microsoft cares about. That's all Best Buy cares about. They don't care about all of us. So whatever happens beyond that is not their problem. They just want to move millions of units and be done with it. So take that when you remember that, and remember that you don't need a PlayStation, and your kid being disappointed on Christmas is sad and it's unfortunate, but if it's really that big of a deal, then you need to learn how to sit on these computers at night and click the buttons, or you need to learn to go stand in lines post-COVID, whenever that might be, never. Or you need to figure out a way to take care of your child, or just pony up the money if money's not that big of an issue to you. So there are ways to do it, but don't shame somebody else who resells and buys retail arbitrage multi-units in order to put food on their table. Because look, they're trying to do the same thing that you are and feed their kids and pay their bills, just like somebody like me. So yeah, that's what I got for you guys. I want to hear the opinions. I want to hear the comments. It's super important to me because this comes up a lot, and when it comes up, it gets like 500 comments in a matter of hours. So I'll wait to see what the comments on this video say, and I'll respond to as many as possible. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Also, if you are interested, I put a video out. I will link it below. Please check this video out. I am offering all of you a chance to advertise, market, and promote your eBay stores, soon Poshmark and Amazon, but starting with eBay in front of all of my audiences. 117,000 on Facebook, almost 7,000 here, 30,000 on Instagram, all my social media followings. It's like 250 to 300,000 total, and putting your eBay store in front of them with a URL code to track how many people buy from you. And it's gonna be mind-blowing for a lot of you, and it's gonna help your business and your store exponentially. So check out that video. When you're done, email me, get signed up. We've already signed up almost 30 people, I think, and we only have 100 to sign up by November 20th. So thank you guys as always for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos. And I can't wait to read your comments on this hot topic during Christmas. See you next time, guys.